showtime.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
No, we are not in Kansas anymore, but we are on the Utopia of the Seas. Hello, everybody. I am your host, Robert, a.k.a. The Tall Man. This is my lovely wife, Lisa, and co-host, a.k.a. Mrs. Tall Man. Not that anyone ever calls her that. We are live tonight on the Utopia of the Seas from our cabin 9440. It is an inside cabin, so... well, you know what that means.
Yeah.
That means balcony cam! Yacht Club balcony cam. We took her with us. We left the camera there, and we're spying on everybody from now on.
Oh, my goodness.
No, we did do some recording. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us as the adventure continues. This is day one for us. The Utopia does 4-day, 3-day, 4-day, 3-day sort of cruises. And we have booked a back-to-back, so we're going to be here a week.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, let's say hello to some people, and then we're going to talk about our day.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So, Mama Tall Man, welcome back to the other side. Yes. As the intro said, Toto, we are not in Kansas anymore. Sounds like a true TMC adventure. Yeah, we'll talk about that here in just a minute. Yes, you made it. We did indeed. Yes. And Patricia, new adventure. Yes. Bev, again, thank you. Macrina says, so with the Utopia, you're in the Knot Club.
That's a good way to put it.
We are in the Knot Club. Mimi, hello to you, and hello to New Mexico. Hopefully you're all well out there. Num-nums, yes, num-nums. Yes. We had some good num-nums. Yes. Hello, Norris Terra. Welcome. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Utopia. Shane's ready to hear about our day. Hey, Shane, how you doing? Good evening, Gina. How are you? And Valerie, hello. And Chris is like, finally, the Tall Man has come back to Royal. Well, it's not that we really leave. It's that there's so many cruise lines out there. It's just, it takes a little bit. We're doing 3 Royals right now. Utopia, Enchantment. So come on, man.
Yeah.
Give us a break. It's showtime. Yes, it is.
Yes.
The second biggest cruise ship in the world, baby. Let's go. Yes. Oh, and a super chat. Oh, thank you, man.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
you, Chris. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
You.
And cappuccino on me, Lisa.
Hey,
yes.
Thank you.
Because Gusti's not bringing her any more cappuccinos.
No.
And this ain't no Madacary. It is lemonade with no ice. Because I dumped the ice. All right, so first, let's get off the Divina. Talk about that first, and then we'll get here to Utopia, because it's sort of all in one day.
Yeah, it is.
In the end, getting off was smooth as butter. Man, it was amazing. It's sort of the asterisk or the exclamation point or whatever you want to call it for our experience in the yacht club. Gusti asked us the night before what time we want to leave. We told him, and he was standing there waiting for us, basically, and walked us right down, elevator right down, cut the long line right through security. I think it was about 4 minutes from our cabin to the curb.
I think so.
It was because, again, the yacht club luggage was like right as you come down the escalator, you grab it, and we were through Homeland Security or whatever, TSA, whatever these guys are called, because facial recognition, we literally walked right up to that and right out the door.
Right on out.
The smoothest ever.
Yep.
I mean, outside of Gusti getting us past the line, the rest of it would be the same for everybody. Mm-hmm. If you have a passport, facial recognition these days is so fast. It is so fast. Please, please, please get your passports. If you're doing a birth certificate, you're going to be there another half an hour.
Easily.
In line.
Easily.
Right? So ran down to the truck, paid the ungodly fees that I had to pay for parking it there for 2 weeks. And zoom, on our way. Traffic getting up here was not ridiculous. Miami was a little funky, and there was a couple little funky spots along the way, but all in all, it was pretty good. So we were here by 11:45. So a little bit earlier than we were expecting.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to rely totally on the trip to you because I was glued to the Facebook page, posting all the menus and the pictures and all
her,
of that
her
stuff.
trip went like that.
It did because I was done. Just as soon as I was done, it's like, oh, look, there's Utopia.
Yeah. By the way, if you are new to the channel, we again are live on the Utopia of the Seas. We have a Facebook group right there. That is where she posted all the pics of the food that we just had on the Divina from the Yacht Club restaurant. And of course, we'll be posting all the menus and food that we have here on the Utopia there as well. So just answer the two questions and we do different things there. Anyway, moving on. So from the curb to the ship was 50 minutes. And in the end, I honestly don't feel that was bad. I mean, 50 minutes seems like a long time. The lines were forever ridiculous. It was like a queue line at Disney World. But it did constantly move.
It moved quickly, too.
But the line was huge. So even though it was moving quickly, it was a really long
I would
line.
say the building was probably about the length of a football field.
Yeah.
The line, it was...
it looped four times. Down, up, and then halfway down.
So, yeah, it was like 5 lines, but it was only about, 2/3 of
maybe
the
3/4.
building, maybe 3/4 of the building.
Yeah.
A lot of people. But it really did go quickly.
Yeah.
It really did.
And when I mean, curb to ship, literally, when I stopped the truck to open the door to pull out the bags, I looked at my watch. Ooh, it's 1:15. Okay, good. And then I go park the truck. I come back at Lisa. We go in right away, get into line right away. Again, it was a very long line. I did shoot some pictures. We'll try to bring those to you later. We just did not have time today with everything else going on to get highlights done. But the line long line, but move fast.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once you get through there, security, whatever, they check your stuff, and that was great. And up the escalator, and there was no waiting because they were already boarding the ship. So we literally went right through the check, right onto the ship.
Yeah.
It dumps you out, I think, right into sort of close to the middle of deck 5. Deck 5? Yeah, I think the middle of deck 5. What?
I'm just laughing because I honestly don't remember where we got on the ship.
I think it's in the middle of deck 5. Yep, it's in the middle of deck 5, which is the middle of the promenade. And so for those who don't know, the Utopia of the Seas is the 6th Oasis class ship, but it's the Oasis Plus class, 236-ish thousand tons. Honestly, the minute I walk in, I'm like, oh, Symphony of the Seas. That's just exactly what it looked like to me, right? So you promenade with all the shopping, you get Sorrentos and your bar. But that's where we came in. First opinions, like I said, walk in, ooh, Symphony of the Seas. It had a very familiar feel.
It did.
Because it has basically the same layout. The color is a little different, decor is a little different, but same exact layout, so it's very friendly. First days on this ship are incredibly chaotic. So I know first impressions is sort of everything, but to be honest, I don't want my first impression to be the lasting impression, because the first impression was like, holy there was people everywhere, and just everywhere. And that's unfortunately, though, if we think back, and again, we're trying to shake off the Yacht Club so that we can have a good conversation about this ship.
Yes.
The Yacht Club stands on its own. There just isn't anything like it. And so we have to forget that and look at this for what it is.
Yes.
So every first day on every ship is chaotic.
It is. And on this ship, especially because they have the smart elevators, and not everybody is familiar with the smart elevators. So, we go up to the outside, and there's a touchpad, and you tell it on the outside of the elevator what floor you want to go to. It tells you which elevator to get on, and that elevator is only going to go to the floors that it assigns.
That's right.
And so we get in the elevator, and immediately there's somebody going, oh, I hope this is going to our floor. And we're like, you got to tell it outside.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to go where you want to go on this elevator.
There's a lady that had been on there for 2 cycles. She thought she was going to deck 15, and it never went to deck 15.
Yeah.
We got on there from deck 5 going to deck 9. She's like, but it's supposed to be going to deck 15.
It's his fault.
I don't know.
He told me.
I don't know. she may
Yeah.
still be on the elevator now.
She
Who
might
knows?
be. She might be.
But
So
that
totally chaotic.
But that plays into the chaos because people don't know they got to press these keypads, and they're not in front of every elevator. They're usually at the entrances of the elevator banks.
Yes.
The ship only has 2. There's 12 elevators up towards the front and 12 elevators up towards the back. And there's the keypads on either side. It's 6 and 6, and then 6 and 6 on the, or 3 and 3. 3 and 3 and 3 and 3 on the other side of the ship, right? If you sort of divide the ship in half. And so the keypads are sort of as you get close to entering that little bank of elevators.
But I will say, I like the keypads in the position that they are.
I do
because
too.
It's before you get to the elevators. So
Yes.
you tell it, and then it tells you which elevator, and you
And then
continue
you move
walking.
into the elevator.
Where the other
Frontage.
ships that we've seen, where the keypads are right outside the elevator doors, it's like, excuse me, people are waiting to get on the elevator that they've been assigned, and
Yeah.
you're like, I got to get to the touchpad. This I thought was a much smoother process.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Right? So we managed to get a few cabins videoed, believe it or not. We didn't think we were going to get any, but we got a few. We're not going to show them tomorrow like we normally would because we want to get the rest of them first. So we're going to do that on our turnaround day and then bring it to you then. Okay. But we were able to get, a few cabins before, the all clear was rung and everybody flooded into the passenger cabins. So lunch, a good tip. I know Chris wants us to go eat at
The Mason Jar.
the Mason Jar, which again, we will do on the turnaround day. But we ate in the solarium today, and respectfully, no line. There was tables available. Food was amazing for what it was. There's a huge seafood buffet in there,
Yeah.
as well as a seafood stir fry. And the solarium's all the way in the front on deck 15.
Yes.
And so, if you don't want to wrestle with the Windjammer, go to the solarium. However, you can't bring the kids.
Yeah.
Solarium's 21 and up.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's where we had lunch.
Yes.
And of course, once you're able to get to your cabins, the muster drill, your lifeboat drill, is a little bit different for every cruise line.
It is.
For Royal, you watch a video on the TV in your cabin. Then when there's 3 steps, that's step 1. Step 2 is it's going to play you the sound of the alert, which is the 7 short and 1 long. Then you're going to take your key card and go down to your muster station. They scan it. Okay. So that is the process here on Royal. So as soon as you're able to get to your cabin, it's going to be sitting there waiting to play on your TV. Play it, listen to it, go down back to deck 3, 4, or 5, or 4 and 5, depending on where it is, wherever your muster station is. Check in, and then you're done.
Yes.
Okay. If we're going to be honest, once we were done with that, we took a nap.
We did.
We're exhausted.
Yeah.
Neither of us slept good the last couple nights, to be honest with you. Specifically last night, I think
Last night
was like, because we're getting off the ship now,
Yeah.
and
All that sadness.
like like Dorothy said.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah, that just sucks. We'll give you a little balcony camp too. Speaking of it, a little revisiting the yacht club here, and so we didn't sleep well, so we were tired. And then of course I put a new one of my patches on, and when you put it on for the first time, one of the side effects is being tired. So I'm trying to drive up here, not much sleep, put this thing on. I'm like, oh, this sucks. And of course we get here to the ship and it's like, wow, we gotta do it, and run around in the lines and we're like, we need a nap. So
And music blasting everywhere.
yeah, everywhere.
Yeah.
So up on deck 15, we did not do the sail away party this time. We will do the sail away on the turnaround and video some of that for you so we can so you can see that. But just on deck 15 today, they had a band playing, which I enjoyed the band more than I do the solo guy.
Yeah.
Like on most of Carnival ships, they have a solo steel drum person up there playing.
Yeah.
This was a full-blown band.
Yeah.
Again, it was still calypso and reggae music, but I just enjoyed the band.
Yes.
However, had it turned up to 11.
They did.
It was only 11. Why? Because they could. No, what I'm saying, it was bloody loud.
Everywhere I felt walking in here, and maybe it's just because it was the first day, I don't know, but it was very loud. I was surprised how loud they had the music going everywhere.
Yeah, surprisingly
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye on that and bring more information to you on that.
Yeah.
You know, as the days go, as we walk around a little more, as we do the turnaround.
Yes.
You know, coming from an entertainment background, you know, I'm all about turning that sucker up, man. I want to feel that bass, man. But I was sitting probably from where I am to maybe a little bit further than Lisa, and I was literally screaming at the top of my lungs. And so I think we should go now. I mean, it was. I was like, "Holy crap, that is loud."
Yeah.
So we left.
Yeah.
And again, that was on the side of the ship where the band was playing. Remember, the ship is really big, so there's several pools. So there's the side right in front of the band. Then there's an obstruction. Then there's the other set of pools, which is sort of on the back side of the ship. It was still loud back there, but you could talk, right? You didn't have to scream at the top of your lungs. You just had to talk really, really loud.
Yeah.
Okay. And so one of those cruise lines that you have to plan.
Yes.
What I mean by that is anything that you might want to do, you really need to sort of think a little bit in advance because a lot of things have limitations. For instance, though the theater is one of the biggest freaking theaters I've ever seen at sea.
Right? It's huge.
It only has so many seats. And if you want to see one of the shows, you have to make a reservation. Now, you can roll the dice and wait in the line with the no reservation people and see if there are seats available at the end, which more than likely there may be. But you need to make reservations for the things that you want to see on the ship or things that you may want to eat on the ship. Okay? Even their anytime dining, it doesn't actually start until 6:45, where most anytime, my time, whatever, you just go eat when you want to eat type things start around 5:30 and 5:45. And so I forgot it starts so late. Anyway, so we had to make some adjustments to dinner.
Right.
Fortunately, we were able to get in there. So let's, again, talk a little bit about the food. Dinner, look, the service was fantastic.
It was.
Both of our waiters we had, boy, they were Johnny on the spot. And it could be because we got there a little bit late, and so everybody else had really already been taken care of. I don't know, but everything was so smooth.
Yeah.
Tables, there's tablecloths, full complement of cutlery, meaning you got your 2 forks, you got your 2 knives, and your 14 spoons, and full complement of cutlery.
Yes.
And the tablecloth, which, again, if we're going to compare this to, say, a carnival, no tablecloth, a fork, and a knife, and they're going to make you keep that fork and knife the entire time.
Yes.
Now, when you're done, if you left your fork and knife in the plate, your waiter's going to take it off and put it on your bread dish.
Yeah. If you had salad, yeah, you're going to use that same fork for your salad for your meal. Yeah.
Right? Not that there's anything wrong with that. We're just sort of explaining the difference to you guys. Okay? For dinner, you want to talk about the menu? You want to get out your phone while you were doing that? I'm gonna see what's going on in here. Chris is like, wish I could give you one of my 4 free drinks. You know, honestly, we need to be, we need a detox.
We do.
We drank 10 years.
Drank so much alcohol.
Yeah. I know you guys probably really think we're full of it, but we've had more alcohol on that ship than we've had in 10 years. I mean, just really.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Chris says, I might be wrong, but I bet you don't feel as much rocking tonight, at least not on 236,000 tons.
You might be right.
I feel a little movement, but, well, first of all, it's hard to compare apples to apples because we're down low. We were really just at the very front of the ship all the way to the top. Now, we are pretty close to the front of the ship here.
Yes.
Not exactly in the front, but we're pretty close to the front. I feel some movement, and again, I'm super sensitive to that, which is why I wear the patch and take some pills and things. But you said you noticed.
Well, I'm just thinking from our experience from the symphony. I'm saying you're probably right because I remember on the symphony that it felt steady, very steady.
Yeah. Oh,
So I don't expect this to be any different because the hull is so large that it doesn't take on that rocking like some of the other ships do.
Yes, it's gonna. I'm probably not gonna end up having to even take any of my pills.
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, we're looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
Down Under says, have you made it down under yet? We haven't done any cruises out of Australia yet.
Not yet. It is
On the
definitely
list.
on the list.
On the list.
Yes.
Hello, Dr. Shree. How are you tonight? Welcome, welcome, welcome. No balloon drop tonight. No, because we got to start our deck crawling tonight around 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So we should be sleeping. We'll try to catch it on the turnaround, right? Because remember, we're doing it back to back. But the most important thing is we need to start getting that video going now, because it's going to take 2 or 3 days to literally walk from top to bottom, left to right, front to back, and capture it for you guys the way that we do it. So we will start that tonight. So we need a little sleep first.
Yes.
Jamie McKee, hey buddy.
I don't recognize your name. Welcome to the channel.
Welcome to the channel.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. And by the way, if you are new to the channel, do us a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe, become part of the Tall Man Clan. It's free to you, costs you absolutely nothing. It really does help out the channel. And Lisa and I would appreciate it, really, right down to the bottom of our heart. And for gosh sakes, there's 35 of you watching and only 11 thumbs up. Come on now, you can do it.
Thank you for the 11, though. Thank you very much.
God, do it.
And thanks for the anticipated thumbs up.
We appreciate that. Oh,
Yes.
I scared 20 of them away.
Oh,
Oh, my
no.
good Lord. I'm so sorry. Look, there's, what are we doing here? There's so many of us.
Thank you. I
Oh, you know
appreciate
why?
that.
Because I had, I ruined balcony cam.
Did you?
I did.
Oh, no.
Man poop. Hang on. I can fix balcony cam.
Okay.
I promise I
As
can.
long as we're not muted.
No, we're not muted.
Okay. Because that would be something we would do.
That would be something I would do, not you.
Thank you for the thumbs up.
There we go. There she is.
Yay.
There she is.
There we
Okay.
go.
All right, let's get back.
Okay.
James is asking, have you ever tried to use only half of a patch? I get super sick/motion sick, but half works great for me. Thank you again for all the thumbs up who just did that,
Yes.
by the way.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Jamie, I have vertigo. So it's a little more than just the motion makes me seasick. The motion makes me pass out. And it scrambles my brain somehow. It's the strangest thing. And so the short answer is yes. But not only do I wear a patch, I take 2 prescription strength pills every 6 hours, plus the patch.
Yeah.
So I am just completely numb to the movement. I can feel it, but I can't feel it anymore. And that was through years, trial and error to find the right mixture of things so I could enjoy myself.
Yes.
Right. So, yeah, Jamie, half a patch won't work for me.
No.
I'm all in. In fact, when typically you change your patch every 3 days, when I'm about halfway through day 3, I put the next one on. And so there's overlapping, right? Because I don't want to lose my cruise because I'm unconscious. It's rough.
He's not kidding. Literally, something like that will knock him out for 6 hours. He's passed out for 6 hours.
And then I'm screwed for 2 days after that.
Yes.
Sorry, everybody. All right, so let's see. Sean says, kids can eat in the solarium bistro, just can't be in the solarium. Looking forward to hearing more about the cruise. Selling Utopia March. Excellent.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And Sean, I don't recognize your name either. Do you recognize Sean's name?
Yeah, I
You
do.
Okay.
I do.
I apologize.
I think so. Yeah, there were signs just posted everywhere about being 21, and it's kind of like, Carnival's got their 21 area. Everybody seems to have their 21 area. But I can tell you, there were no kids in there eating lunch.
Not that I noticed.
So I don't know if it's just because everybody knows it's 21 and up, but they maybe don't know that you can go eat in that bistro. In the end, it's just a safe bet with the without the kids. But yeah, anyway.
Thank you.
But thanks for that.
Yes.
Bev,
Thanks for the thumbs up.
I hate that too loud volume. You can have loud with that. Oh, it was deafening. I mean, and again, come from an entertainment background. I enjoy the beat. I really was, but heaven forbid you want to have a conversation with somebody. Or even, we should go. If the person you're with can't read lips, it was going to be rough.
Yeah.
RRK says, helicopter guy has entered the chat. Glad you made it up to Port Canaveral. Pleasure sailing with you. Absolutely. Thank you, RRK.
Yes, thank you.
It was a good spending some time with you in the Divina. Truly was. Right? Appreciate that. Helicopter guy.
I love it.
Lakrina says, okay, find the last night. Find the last night on board. I don't sleep well either. Yeah, okay. Because she finds, that's what it should have said, because you have to hurry up and sleep because the next morning you have to be up and out so early. Look, I'm an early riser anyway, but I agree that thought in the back of your head, oh, it's over. I got to get up early, get some food, grab my stuff, and then the lines, and then it weighs on you. And so I think that's it. He's like, yes, you did. Is everyone getting a lot of tube ads in the past week, like every 5 minutes? I don't know. Is YouTube doing that to you guys? Remember, we have no control over that. We just turn the button on live and we're sitting here and talking. So Patricia's like, I am. I'm sorry. Chris says, while I know they don't have hairspray for a show, I've heard their show is really good. Maybe have drones? I'm not sure, but have heard good things. Can't wait to hear from you about that. So let's talk about that. So as I mentioned, scheduling ahead of time. So that is something we're going to do either tonight before we go to bed or tomorrow during the day. I almost feel that this is a loss, this 4-day cruise, because I'm feeling everything will be booked up that we may want to do. But we've got the 3-day right after this that we can hopefully plan and get taken care of like today or tomorrow and be set for that.
So that's kind of our strategy is we want to get the business end done first.
Yes.
And then we can
catch the shows on the next one.
Yes.
Which may mean depending on how we can set up our dinner schedule, it either means we're okay for 9 o'clock or we're going to have to push the broadcast back because we can't get into the early seating. So, but just hang in there with us. We can't be two places at once. And so if we're going to see the shows and bring you what we feel the quality is, this, that, or whatever, well, like I said, we can't be in two places at once.
But we'll do the best we can.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely 100%. So, Bev says, it's been more than normal. Interesting. I wonder why that is. Have we turned some kind of strange corner? Because I can tell you, we haven't seen it yet.
Right.
Maybe it's the post-election dump. So
I don't know,
during everyone, it's well advertised. If you want to run a commercial during the Super Bowl, it's going to cost you an astronomical amount of money, right? Well, oddly enough, it's the same thing in election years. Like the last 2 months with that big 2-month push, the cost of advertising goes through the roof because, well, they can get it because
it's the political,
right?
people running for office.
And so maybe it's been holding off. Now that that's done, everything is getting dumped.
I don't know.
And so you're getting more commercials.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, interesting.
Yep. So, all in all, first opinions of the cabin. Again, we'll show you. Oh, the recipe, the recipes, the menu. We're going to talk about the menu tonight.
Yes.
Okay, so let's.
I've been holding on to that.
I know. I'm so sorry. We'll go back here. All right. So tonight, spinach and artichoke dip, chilled shrimp cocktail, roasted tomato soup, Caesar salad, escargot a la bourguignon, crispy crab cakes. So those were your starters. We both had the Caesar and the tomato soup. Mm-hmm. Main course was pan-roasted filet, fish filet, southern fried chicken, New York strip steak, slow-roasted prime, spaghetti bolognese, herb-crusted stuffed portobello, grilled chicken breast, and an aromatic chicken sag, S-A-A-G, sag.
I'm going to go with sag.
I'm going to go with sag, too. They have some premium offerings that you can pay more money for, of course, meat and lobster tail, fillets, and stuff. Desserts, key lime pie, royal cheesecake, Boston cream pie, ice cream, dark chocolate custard, peanut caramel bar, and an artisan cheese plate. So we told you what we had for appetizer. She had the spaghetti bolognese, I had the New York strip, and she didn't have a dessert, and I had the Boston cream pie.
I saved it for the donuts I need to go on a diet, guys. These
Yeah.
2 desserts are killing me.
Oh my gosh.
And
Yeah.
the chocolates, oh my gosh.
We're going to walk a lot in this ship and walk off a lot of that weight that we
are,
gained.
so that's a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah, at least we planned that part well.
It won't be 100% stairs, but there's going to be a lot of stairs.
Yes.
And but the ship is just gigantic.
It is.
And I think that is the overall wow for the day. It's like, wow. I mean, it's really big. Look, we've been on the Symphony before. It's about the same size. And we've floated by this ship several times. But when you're on the top of another ship looking at another ship, even though you know it's bigger, at least you're eye-ish level, right?
Yes.
But standing on the ground and looking up, it's just like,
It's big.
wow.
It's big.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It really is.
And then when you walk into the dining room and the theater, the space is so wide.
Yeah.
That you forget that you're on a ship. It's almost like walking into a land-based building, a theater or a huge, just
Huge.
unbelievable. Yeah,
It's huge.
It really is.
So we're looking forward to see how things settle down over the next couple days. And we'll find our fun area, right? Like everybody does. Some people like to go to the water park. Some people like to hang out in Central Park. Some people like whatever. We'll find our happy spot somewhere on the ship, and we will let you know what that is. Tonight there was a Christmas tree lighting. Of course, we didn't see that. We will try to cover that at a later time. We did catch the band that plays up on that little platform on the promenade, overlooking the promenade. They sounded pretty good.
They did.
They really.
Yeah.
And they weren't that loud. I mean, they were
I think
appropriately loud.
I think it was appropriately loud.
Yeah. That sounded really good.
Yeah.
But again, just the chaos of day one. Yeah. So let's see here. Macrina also says probably because of Christmas. That could also be.
Yeah, maybe.
Right? Getting political ads from my province, right? Chris says, the key, as one lady told me, Lisa, is only 2 meals a day and walk 3 miles on the ship every day. So, it has a running track on the outside of Deck 5, which we'll eventually video and show to you. 12 laps. Yeah, 12 laps. Is it 12 laps? Yeah, 12 laps around is 5 miles.
It was 2.4 laps, I think it is a mile.
Is a mile.
So,
it's crazy.
Right?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Right? Just crazy.
So we will definitely be walking our miles.
Yes, we're going to get our steps in.
Yes. I think I already have gotten quite a few going back and forth because
we're towards the front.
Yes.
Windjammer's in the back.
Yes.
So to get, lemonade and the snacks and stuff, there's no more.
It's a couple trips.
There's no more gushti.
No.
And our cabin in the yacht club on the Divina was 13, 14 steps from the snacks that were in the top sail lounge. And so, there's no more, boom, done.
Here it's a 15-minute walk.
Yeah. So, there and back.
Yes.
There and back.
There and back.
Yeah. So, Chris says, that is if you're cruising 30 times or more a year, as she told me. Oh, well, we're not cruising 30 times
Not
more
yet.
a year, but oh my Lord, it feels that way sometimes. It just does. So, all right. So, public service announcement. Of course, we're late in the stream, but for the next 7 days, everybody, 7 days, because we're doing it back to back, we are going to be on the Utopia of the Seas. If you happen to have a question about something about the ship that you would like to know, and you're live with us during our live shows, leave it in the chat. Lisa and I will see the comment. Please just write question, and we will see it. If we don't already know the answer, we will go find out the answer for you. Chris, no wild goose chases from you, sir. Anybody else? If you're watching the replay, just leave it in the comments because we do answer all of our comments. And we will gladly find you the answer and bring it to you in the next live show. We do broadcast live every night, usually around 9 p.m. But as I said about 5 minutes ago, we do intend to try to see some of the shows, which may mean we have to push or one way or the other, right? So one way or the other, we intend to come in live every single night while we're on the ship. So there you have that. Yes. Anyway, Down Under says, how many laps makes a kilometer? See, I knew you were going to ask that. Take the note. We'll go back and we'll look.
I gotta find my phone. Where is my phone?
It's behind you.
Is it? What's it doing behind
Oddly
me?
enough, I'm not sure the map they have up is in kilometers. But wait a minute, I can do the
You can do a conversion.
I can do the conversion. No, well, wait a minute. I don't know. Am I online? I'm not online on my phone, so I don't know if it'll work. Let's do length. Let's do length.
All right, hang on. I'm trying to find the end of my notes here. All right.
So 12 laps is a little more than 8 kilometers. Okay? Hopefully that helps you down on a cruiser. So again, 12 laps is a little more than 8 kilometers. Chris says, I love the signs as you're walking. Dessert is free tonight, right? Yeah, we're going to do a lot of walking.
Yes.
It just, look, the ship is big. You're going to do some walking one way or the other. Even if we're in the front and our restaurant's all the way in the back. So it's a good hike just to get to the restaurant. Even on the Divina for the yacht club, because it's the older style ship. The yacht club restaurant was in the back of the ship. So we were still walking all the way to the back of the ship. And that ship isn't tiny.
No.
I mean, from the length, it's nearly the same length as this ship. It's just this ship is twice as wide as everything else.
The ship just seems so much larger
in
all respects.
It is. Guys, when you get on the Utopia, the Symphony, any of the Oasis class, when you get up onto the top deck 15, sit at one side and just look across. You almost need to call to the other side.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm over here. Can you see me? It is so much further.
Yeah, they're so wide.
Because this ship is so wide. And that's really where they're picking up a lot of the extra tonnage, because the ship really isn't much longer than any of the other ships in the industry. It's just twice as wide. And you get twice as much ship.
Yes.
Right? So, speaking of which, I can't, it's going to be fun when we start walking the decks, because, like, we're on deck 9, and we're in this, again, I use the word compound of inside cabins up here towards the front on deck 9. Very interesting on how you get in and out of this little compound. So
yes.
I can't.
Our deck tour is going to to be fun.
Yeah.
Passenger deck tours.
Gosh, right? Chris says, can you see the if the Royal Railway is doing anything special for Christmas? Theme-wise, just curious. We'll try to ask. Go ahead and take a note on that. We walked right by it today and took a short little video of the board in the front changing. It was kind of nice, kind of cool. Since it's I don't want to say virtual reality. I'm guessing there's not going to be anything too special for Christmas, because that dinner is a program. Right? There's video and motion and stuff. And to come up with a completely different thing for one night, I just can't imagine they would do that. Even though that one night happens every year, I can't imagine they invested those kind of dollars for programming and graphics and all the things that would go into making that experience different for Christmas. Now, maybe the people that are part of it, the waiters and the actors that may be part of it, are wearing more Christmassy things and change the lines they say. I don't know, but I'll see if I can get an answer for you.
And maybe even the food might be different. I don't know.
Well, Christmas dinner, of course, they're going to serve, with hope, a Christmassy sort of dinner, right? But we've talked about this before when we're on the last ship, because we're on there for Thanksgiving. So many different people celebrate holidays in different ways. Like Christmas, some people want prime rib, some people want turkey, some people want ham. I mean, everybody's got different traditions.
Yes.
And it's hard to accommodate every single tradition.
Yeah.
And so add in the fact that this particular eating establishment here, it's called the Royal Railway. It's a specialty restaurant, but it's really, it's a show. You feel like you're in an old school railway, a train. And again, there'll be LED screens that are the windows and things going by you. It tells you, there's a disclaimer, if you get motion sickness, don't go on the Royal Railway, because 1, you're not going to get refunded, and 2, more than likely you're going to be sick. And Chris offered to pay for us, but I can't go in. I'm just going to stand at the door and. Okay, thank you. But that is an area of the ship that is closed off.
It is.
Like on embarkation day, doors are pretty much open everywhere. You can walk around and see things and check things out. That door was closed.
Yes.
And it's a big door.
A big, heavy door.
Yeah. And I thought for sure if I went and tried to open that thing, an alarm was going to go off and I was going to get in trouble. But anyway, we'll find out, Chris, if anybody knows.
Yes.
Chris also says, I like big ships, and I cannot lie. It's hard to go on smaller class ships than Oasis class. Just the things to do is so much. You'll have no downtime unless you choose to. You know what's interesting, Chris? You know, even for most cruise ships, even some of the smaller ones, they pack it in. I mean, they literally can keep you busy every hour of the day if that's what you choose to do. Now, of course, the bigger the ship, the more activities. That goes without saying. And on royal ships, of course, there's a lot of more, I would call it adventure sort of activities. You've got your flow rider, you've got your rock climbing walls. There's a zip line. Of course, there's also a carousel, and there's a water park, and some pretty large slides.
And ice skating.
Ice skating rinks. I mean,
there's definitely a lot to do here.
There's a ton of stuff.
Activity-wise, yes. Physically activity things.
I think for us, you know, getting back to first impressions, and it was the same impression I got when we were on the Symphony of the Seas. And obviously, I'm probably having a similar feeling because it's the same ship. Just, anyway.
Updated and larger.
When I get to one of the elevator banks and sort of looking over the promenade, which is pretty expansive, it's like I forget for a moment I'm actually on a ship because it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't look like it. It looks like a mall.
It does.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, wait, no. It's weird. It's just like this strange little moment. Like, oh, no, I'm not. I'm on a ship. So, and so for some people don't like that feeling. Some people do. Some people don't. Obviously, Chris likes the bigger ships. We've talked about this before, and of course, he's talking about it now too, because there is so much to do. And he's exactly correct. But you know, don't be misled. You know, smaller ships also have plenty of things to do. They're just not the same things.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's the key to it, as well as the key to how you like to vacation. Right. So there you have that.
Yes.
Anyway. So I think we are going to keep this a little bit short tonight, because as we mentioned, we are going to be up very early. But we will be back tomorrow night and bring you some of the decks. It'll be deck tours. Normally on day one we do our cabin reviews, but we just don't have enough to do that yet. So we'll have to do that next time. So we're going to start probably down on deck 3. I think. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at that and figure it out. But tomorrow we'll start giving you full-blown tours of this ship. And so if you're with us, we will, and you've never seen us do this, we literally walk in real time, 360 degrees, all the way around every deck of the ship to include passenger cabin decks. We don't do passenger cabin decks while we're on the ship. We release those later. But we will show you where all the things are, from bathrooms to restaurants to whatever it is. But we do it in real time, so you get the full sense and spatial awareness of truly where everything is. Because I watch all kinds of highlights. Not that there's anything wrong with those. And, 1 second you're in the restaurant in the back of the ship. The next segment you're up at the solarium. The next time you're down standing, and, second you're in Sorrento's. So you just don't really get a sense of...
You know it's there, you just don't know how to get there.
Correct.
And how long it's going to take you to get there.
The continuity of the ship. So we do it in real time. So please consider joining us. And again, if you haven't already done so, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, become part of the Tall Man Clan. It is free to you, costs you absolutely nothing, and we would sincerely appreciate it, and it would help out the channel a lot. It really does.
Yes.
And of course, we broadcast live every night that we are on a ship. And when we're off ships, we do tips and tricks, and we do cruise news once a week, and we do all kinds of other fun stuff too. But we do cruise a lot. So there you have it. All right. I guess I suppose that we should play our theme song before we go. Yeah?
Yeah, probably should.
So I don't upset everybody?
Yeah.
All right. Hang on. Here we go. Theme song.
try to make it new. You can't fight it when it feels so true. You drive me crazy like no one else. The final moment before I lose myself.
Lose myself.
And it's no use working 9 to 5 if you want more than to stay alive. So come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light, the morning light. Oh, so come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light, the morning light. Oh, the morning light.
There you go. The Morning Light, our official, unofficial, official theme song here at Tall Man's Cruise Adventures. Yeah. And of course, I suppose we should talk about the group cruise.
Yeah,
I
probably
don't know.
should.
Here we go.
It's less than a year away.
It is. Look right over there, top corner, right next to Lisa there, said to the right. 340 days, 18 hours, 13 minutes, 20, 19, 18, 17 seconds. Group cruise.
Right there.
You want some information on the group cruise? Here it is.
Come join us November 8th, 2025.
There'll be meet and greets,
Parties,
pineapples.
ducks, and of course the live shows.
Don't miss our first ever group cruise. We'll see you
you
on the horizon. There it is. Just in case that was too quick, again, there is the email. Just so you know, we are not travel agents, so we did not put this together to earn bookings from you guys. We just want to hang out with the Tall Man clan. At least we think we do.
We might change our minds later. I don't know.
We reserve the right to change our minds. No, but we have a travel.
Kidding. Love you guys.
Yep, we have a travel agent that's putting this together for us. Her name's Kathy. We've been using her and Chris for forever. Anyway, just send me an email and I will forward you her information for you. Contact her to be part of the group. And again, you do need to book into the group to attend and be part of any of the group functions. So if you're one of the casino types that gets great offers, again, those are great, awesome, but you can't use one of those to do the group cruise. So gotta book into the group. So there you go. All right. So just a couple other last minute comments here, and then we'll move on down. Chris says, you shouldn't run out of things to do, and you'll have a heated pool at Coco Cay. Yeah, that's one of the things that we really can't wait to do is Coco Cay.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that.
We've never been.
Yeah.
As many places that we've been on different ships to include Royal Caribbean, we've never, every itinerary we ever take, it was never going there. Like, crap, poop. Yeah. But we're going actually twice.
Yes.
So we're going to get to see it twice. So we're excited about that. And I'm glad it's a heated pool because it might be a little cool.
It might be
a little cool.
Yeah.
And I know we're not going to run out of things to do. That's why we booked it back to back, because there's so much to do. Valerie's like, I'm super excited to see the tours. I'm sure it'll be great. Why, thank you very much. We will do our best, of course. And love Central Park. Don't forget about it. Of course, we won't forget about Central Park or the boardwalk for that matter, right? Mm-hmm. Of course, everybody's dancing to the theme song now, right? Amy says, so glad you made it. Have a good night, right? Bev, awesome.
Good night.
And group cruise, of course, group cruise.
Yes.
Right? So we can't forget the group cruise. And Leader Life is like, yeah, we're getting down there. I mean, 340 days, less than a year. Getting there.
Yes.
All right, everybody. We love you. I can't say we miss you because we see you every day. But we will miss you until tomorrow night. So until then, everybody, be safe.